Let's just talk about spring camp, how you feel like it's going for you.
I feel like I've done well this spring. Like I said, I could always be better. I'm never satisfied with where I'm at. Even, if God blesses me to go to the NFL and I'm like a J.J. Watt type person, I still will personally feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like I can always improve in some way. Spring has gone well, but it could always be better.
How much did you feel like you learned last year, and how tough was that, seeing everything on the field but not being able to be on the field?
I really learned a lot. It was a big eye-opener because I took football for granted. I really did, and not being able to play for the first time since I was really young, that was really tough for me, and that was one of the biggest things for me, and it really taught me to appreciate and to be grateful for all the blessings that I have, because this is truly a blessing to be out here. There are a lot of guys that don't have this opportunity, and I try to, not to take it for granted, and I was doing that, and so, what happened to me last season, it was a big eye-opener. It made me appreciate the game.
This group, this defensive line was one of the weaker points on this team last year, and now with some of the additions and with yourself being able to play this year, you guys have a very talented group. Talk about that group.
Yes, sir. Well, it sounds good, but we're just going against ourselves every day, So personally, we won't know until we go against USC September 5th. So I take a lot of pride in trying to be one of the better groups on the team, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Speaking of that, just talking to Stone, I get the sense that the defense, especially the line, got a little chip on the shoulder this year.
Yes, sir. Well, we do. Because it's tough, going back home and people that watch the game, the ESPN games, they're saying, defense, what's going on with the defense, and it's one of those things where it's like, we all represent a state. So whenever you go back home, that's Marcus, or like you said, that's Christopher Stone, and it all looks bad. It doesn't matter whether it's the defense or the offense. But I feel like personally, defense, we do have a chip on the shoulder, but it's really a whole team.
For you, just going into this spring camp, some of the goals that you had, and what's some of the goals you have between spring camp and now fall camp coming up too?
Starting. I want to be a star. I want to be a great player. I feel like I'm okay. I have to get better. I want to be a starter. I'm not a starter, so I'm not satisfied, and still won't be after.
How's it been being able to have guys like Chris Stone, some of the veterans on this defensive line that you're able to turn to and maybe pick their brain? And obviously he's very vocal.
Oh yeah, I love it. I really do. Because I get to learn a lot of stuff from not only the older guys, but just from everybody. Even when guys make mistakes, I try to learn from it. When guys do great, I try to learn from it. You try to take everything in and try to learn from everything. When you're off the field, try to get mental reps. When you're on the field, do what coach tells you to do. And if you could fall short of doing what coach tells you to do, correct it next time.